If your company has a data protection officer, you might think that person is the one who's directly responsible for complying with GDPR. But that's not true. It's spelled out in the Working Party Guidelines on DPOs. Is the DPO personally responsible for non-compliance with data protection requirements? No. Data protection compliance is the responsibility of the controller or the processor. In other words, it is the organization that decides how and why data is processed that holds the responsibility for compliance. So who is actually responsible? Everyone but the DPO. More precisely, everyone who makes decisions or is involved in data processing activities. First, if you are the CEO or a senior manager, you must provide adequate resources and create the right environment for compliance. That means assigning enough people and resources to ensure they can do the job in a reasonable amount of time. Next, if you are the department manager, it's up to you to decide if and how an activity should be carried out in your department. If the DPO recommends against doing something and you proceed anyway, then it's on you. Last but not least, if you're doing a job that involves personal data processing like sales, marketing, support, HR, you name it, you have to be aware of and follow the policies and procedures set up to ensure compliance. But what does being responsible mean in practice? The fine goes to the organization, right? Yes, in most but not all cases, it's the organization that suffers the consequences. But if you act carelessly and cause damage or willfully ignore your data protection responsibilities, there will likely be real consequences for you: warnings, suspension, or even termination. There are also known cases where individuals were found personally liable for going against company instructions. The DPO's main duties are clearly defined in the regulation, and they are to inform and advise everyone of their data protection responsibilities, monitor compliance with GDPR and internal policies, assign responsibilities, raise awareness, train staff, provide advice when conducting a DPIA, and cooperate with supervisory authorities. These are the core ones, but they can have more, and they do. In fact, our latest DPO survey shows that the average DPO has 15 responsibilities on their plate. From updating the Article 30 register to creating and updating privacy notices, managing data processing agreements, and more. However, there is a red line that the DPO cannot cross, and that is to decide if or how a data processing activity should be carried out. And that's normal because their job is to assess and monitor compliance, not to make the very decisions they are meant to evaluate. So there you have it. Next time you talk to your data protection team, remember, helping them helps you do your job better and keeps you out of trouble.